Hello, ladies. Welcome to the Hey Girlfriends Talk Show with your girlfriend, Tanny. I hope you have your coffee, your wine, hot cocoa, or whatever it is that gets you cozy and comfy, because today these ladies are going in. The show is set in a candid conversation between girlfriends, sharing perspectives and experiences. None of the shows are structured. They are raw and organic. So whether you're a mother, sister, wife, friend, daughter, aunt, or just plain human, you'll be empowered, encouraged, and will absolutely laugh and possibly shed a tear. You just never know with them. So forgive them in advance, and please take the kiddos out of the room because they are not responsible for what may be said. Sit back, relax, and listen while they talk about it. Here's your host and favorite girlfriend, Tanny.
For joining today's episode. It has been interesting today. So, welcome to Hey Girlfriends. Thank you to all of you who are continuing to come back. It has been amazing as we plan this thing out and figure things out. We have hiccups like today. It's given us all the learns that we need. So, we're going to get this show started. As you see today, I am welcoming two of some beautiful ladies that I love. One is my colleague, one has been a friend of mine. Please welcome two of the girlfriends that are virtual with us today. We have Miss Ebony and Miss Angel. Thank you, ladies. So we do have another girlfriend that will be coming in person. As you guys know, my daughter, who was with us the last time, who is not a regular, but she did so well, and I think she has perspectives that we can all learn from. So, and especially today when it comes to beauty, we want to hear from her too. So she will be joining us today, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. So, I'll start up again as always. This is something that I was assigned to do. It's not something that I just wanted to do. And it's something that God had put in my heart several years ago, back in 2019. And I didn't answer the call in that moment. I attempted to and I didn't. And so here it is. I've been blessed with the opportunity to do it again. And so I did. And although it's not the bells and whistles that I ideally would have wanted it to be, it is what I had to do. And so thank you. As you see us grow and transition into all the opportunities and the ways in which the Lord wants this to go, you'll be right there with us. So I thank you that you started with us right here. So ladies, beauty. Today we're talking about beauty and body image. And so, first question, what is it that you think about? First of all, let me start this over. Ladies, let me see what you're looking like today.
Okay.
Can I get beautiful?
So I'm the leopard blouse, black jeans.
Nice.
Crazy.
And so when I said, everybody, just be beautiful in whatever beauty means to you. I think so many times we get caught up in what industry standards says beauty has to be. And we're all beautiful differently. And we have to appreciate that as an individual, you know. And we have to appreciate everybody's unique beauties. Everybody just we don't look the same. God didn't design us the same way. And so I told everybody that dress whatever your beauty is. Just go there. And so, ta-da, here we are. So when you think about beauty, what is it that you're thinking about? I think today I wanted to kind of get into beauty. Just natural beauty. Just that external beauty. We're not talking about the inside. You know, we're talking not the heart. Just the external. What's beauty to you? What's beautiful?
You want to go first, Angel? Well, because what I guess why I hesitated, because she said not just external, because I think that external beauty, like we said, we go by, whether you go by the European standard of beauty, but I believe for Black women, I think now we're growing into what we think is beautiful, where we're taking in our features and loving ourselves the way God has made us, our different colors.
Yes.
You know, you see all the shirts that say the melanin is popping. We're embracing our natural hair.
Yes.
We're coming into our own, and it's the confidence that we come into our own that resonates us being even what I believe is beautiful, or whatever that personal. I think everyone has their own personal definition, so I'm not going to go into mine. But I think as we resonate and embrace our beauty, it's the confidence that we come in with it. Because as we begin to embrace it, we become more confident. That's what I like seeing. I see more pictures of women rocking their natural hair, more pictures of women embracing what God has given them, and I mean embracing it.
Yes. You said something about natural hair, and are you natural?
Yeah, well, I not normally rock natural hair, but I don't have a problem going back and forth, as you see. But I believe there is some conversation to be had about how we see ourselves when we begin to embrace European beauty standards over our own. That's a whole conversation, and so I don't want to take up all the time. So as it comes back around, I have some strong opinions about that, and I will share them. I want to give Ebony her time.
Well, I think I do like my natural hair. I personally, for one, don't want to comb the mess every day sometimes. I'm going to just be honest with you. I have true 4C hair, and it is pretty long, and I just don't want to deal with it. So I may throw some crochets in, or, since I'm not at work, I might just rock a fro. It's really all about, for me, hair is like an accessory. Back in the day when I used to wear red hair, pink hair, whatever. It wasn't because I wasn't trying to be who I naturally am. It was just fun. It was oh my God, I don't know who you're going to be today. So I just think women, do what makes you happy, but at the same time, don't forget what you naturally look like when you wake up in the morning and don't have that wig on, honey.
I remember years ago, you had so many different looks, and I love that about you, because it was like, dang, okay, what we gonna do today? Okay, we going out? What we gonna look like? And she just has this thing. She just does whatever she feels, and I love that about you. And it had nothing to do with the wig or the color or the cut or the dress. It was she was just doing it, whatever she decided, and I love that. And to me, that's like beautiful. And so anybody, YouTube, Instagram, anybody, share your comments below about what you think beauty is. What does that external beauty look like? The good and the bad. It's interesting to see what you guys are going to say. And if you have some questions about that, put them in the comments as well. So I do have a few questions, but anything else you think about beauty, like the industry? Maybe we get into or celebrities or certain people, influencers.
Well, I think it's an interesting time right now. To me, it's an interesting time because we see how our features are being absorbed by other cultures. Features that were said weren't beautiful before, our full lips, our nose, our voluptuous bodies, how that wasn't embraced. If you weren't a twig size 2, it wasn't embraced as beauty. Now there's billions, millions and billions of dollars being made by plumping lips. There are billions being made by the surgery of what people are doing to their eyes. And do not get on to what people are doing to these BBWs, whatever they're called. I'm sorry.
What is it,
BB? When they're
is Brazilian butt lift.
BBL. Okay,
So it's amazing how things are shifting, but I think at the same time, I think it's because it goes back to the question that I kind of will pose about, do you love being an African American woman if you don't rock your own natural hair, if you try to assimilate to European beauty standards, if you don't wear your hair the way it comes out of your head in no perms, no weaves, do you actually love yourself? Or is it a fashion statement? What does that say about us as African American women when we don't rock our own natural hair?
That's a good one.
And what is, so if you say you're beautiful and you believe that you're beautiful and you have a standard of beauty, and as an African American female, and it's not just African American, it's any culture. Asian cultures, the what closer you are to European features, even in Asian cultures, they'll call a darker skinned Asian black. They'll call a darker skinned Filipino black. They'll call what I was watching, they were saying that they would tell them not to go outside because they don't you getting too dark. And even Hispanics. So it's not just us. We have within our race, what color are you? So there's a lot of those beauty standards. It's tough. It's very tough to define.
I was
and what people are asking or saying about what their beauty standards are or what they think beautiful is.
I was going to, when you mentioned something about, different, some people wonder what, or they question when they see black women embrace the European look or whatever, do they say, well, you're not black, you're not being black, you're not being true to yourself. Same thing for other cultures, right? Because there are some other cultures doing some things different. I remember the first time, this was years ago, the first time I actually, I saw a white woman with braids in her hair. And I mean straight up cornrows and beads. And it's like, oh, okay, all right. And my first thought, truthfully, was, now you're trying to be black. But they're just embracing something different. And I think, I wonder if other white women or men who, her friends, family, or people who see her, if they felt the very thing, like, what, you trying to be black or whatever. You're not, you're a white woman, you're not black, we don't do stuff like that. And it's just interesting. And from hair to the butt lift, so, the plumping, other cultures, black women tend to be the idea of plumper lip or curvier hips or thick, right? And so when we're saying now that is the thing to do, how do other cultures view that? Do they view that as you're trying to look like something you're not? So that's an interesting point from all cultures' perspective. So it's interesting. Hey, if anybody has a comment about that, please share. And even if you're watching the rebroadcast, please share that, because it'd be interesting to hear what you think. And even if in your culture, if those are some of the perspectives or people that were actually, looked down upon for things like that. I'd love to hear that. So I do have a question really quickly. Evan, did you have something about that before I move on?
I was just going to say, I really do think that the same way we see a Caucasian woman, rocking cornrows or braids and, beads or whatever, even certain clothing, I do believe that they see us with the straight, hair. Back in the day, it was yaki hair. And now it's just like we got all kind of hair from different countries, and for me it's just beautiful, but to them it could very well be, like, hey, your hair is not that straight and we know that's not your hair. So, I do think that the same way we look at, other races for certain things, cultural appropriation, I think they do look at us, the same way.
I definitely have heard, and let me say when I said heard, because TikTok is and COVID has been my friend. On TikTok, they'll say, you trying to, why, if you guys are busy trying to look like us. And it bothers me to the extent because because there was a point in my life when I believe hair is an extension of me. It is not who I am. It's a part of who I am. And if I want to wear it straight, blown out, if I want to wear it curly, it's my choice. But I do believe it is. I don't know how. And there's a question I have to ask myself too. How deeply does that reflect my view of myself? That is a question that I have to sit with myself about. I wear my hair naturally, especially due to COVID, like 90% of the time. But when I feel like I don't want to, I don't. But then there is a thought in my head when I'm wrapping it up and doing what I'm doing, am I reflecting me in this moment? Right. Am I being who I am? Am I saying that that this looks better? Is this different?
Mm-hmm. I mean, right.
If you're a woman of my age, your parents, and I know if you're my age, your mother told you bring your nappy head here. So you have to think about our hair. So it's in the last, I would say 20 years that not just natural hair, but wearing your hair naturally, meaning that there's a whole difference right now of how we wear our hair. Like it's in its natural state. It's I wash it go. How the curl pattern is, that's how it is. So again, I'm going to shut up because I feel like talking too much. So please, somebody jump in.
No.
All right.
I have a question for you. I want to find out from you ladies your thoughts on this. Whew. Do you ever compliment random strangers? Walking through the mall, standing at the coffee shop waiting for your coffee. Do you ever just compliment people?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's needed.
Especially women.
Yes.
I probably won't compliment a man, but I will definitely. When I see a woman who is just rocking it, oh my gosh! I remember this summer seeing this woman who had on these shorts and just some heels and this hat. She was rocking it. Like
Yes.
she was owning it.
Yes.
And I had to just stop. I said, honey, you are doing it.
Yes.
You're giving
Yes.
it all you're supposed to give.
Yes.
And I think as women, I'm sure we all have looked up at a woman just looking at us like, for no good reason, instead of just saying, girl, you're doing a thing.
Yes. 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 Yes.
We embrace each other. Like
We do. You know, men have always done it for years, but we've got to do it. And I'm noticing that we're doing more of it because I'll get complimented or I'm giving more compliments. But I think even, you know, you never know what anybody is going through. And my daughter, you know, when we're out, she compliments people all the time. And actually, in her doing so is where I began to do it. So she really taught me the value in that. But she does it, and she'll compliment people even when they don't. To me, I don't think it's beautiful, but she just does it just because it'll make them feel better. And I'm like, you know, that too, because sometimes it's not about the outfit that they have on, or it's not about the outer appearance. It's just about uplifting their spirit. And I know I've done that, and you can just immediately see the person like, oh wow, thank you. You know, so I think it is so key that we do that. Assuming I know you guys do that. I'm pretty sure you do. But if you have any more thoughts about it, please put that in the comments. I'd love to kind of hear where you all, you know, what that means to you, being the one that gets complimented by just a random stranger. Does it really make you, does it lift you up? Or if it's when you know you look shot down, that, oh, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, or whatever. You know, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. The other question.
A compliment from a woman means more to me
than a man. Got it. And why is that? So why is that?
You're dropping a trash bag and the man's going to compliment you. Okay?
Because what are they complimenting?
When you get a compliment from a woman, you're like, okay, I'm doing something.
She's right. If you got body, a man gonna compliment you. And if you're his standard of beauty, he's gonna compliment you. It don't care what you have. But a woman, she ain't giving no compliments lightly. So if a woman stops to me and says, I look good, I'm gorgeous, I'm like, thank you.
You know who else? You know who else when I get a compliment from makes me say, a gay man.
True.
When I get a compliment from a gay man, it puts an extra oomph in my step. I remember I went out, I don't know, a few years ago before the pandemic, and I felt like I was cute. I was walking down the street, and I was with a man, and then this gay man says, "Oh, honey," and I said, oh, "Thank you," and then and after that moment,
right? From a woman and a gay man seen as
I don't know that it was more valuable, but
do they see our beauty more? Are they more?
I'm getting ready to say I would only think, or my opinion would just be that they may pay more attention to the detail of it.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't know, but I know that moment it just I don't know, it just gave me an extra boost. And so, but even from a male to a female compliment, I do think that we pay more attention. So to get the compliment from a woman, like you were saying, Angel, hearing it from a woman is different. I do think that it's because we know we pay more attention to some of those details, and to hear a woman acknowledge it is, it's really, really cool. So I'll take just one moment. We now have our other girlfriend who is ready to join us. And this is my daughter. So please, everybody, welcome Anaya. Anaya, please come on. Hello, Anaya.
Hi.
Some of you guys might remember her from our last episode where she kept on talking about my eyebrows. So she's here with us today. And look at Miss Beauty Pants. Love it. So now we were just sitting here talking about compliments. Do you compliment random strangers? And I told them
every
that
day,
you do.
every day. Like not even just when they look good, but especially when they don't look good though.
See, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I told them that. And it's just interesting that you do that. I remember years ago, I think I asked you that. My first thought was, but why lie? But
Because
it's like the lie doesn't hurt me, but it does build somebody else up. So, yeah.
Like say I see somebody and I'm like, in my head I'm like, that looks a mess. But they like not moving with the same confidence I feel like they should. I might say, and I'm not gonna lie. If I hate your dress, I'm not gonna say I like your dress. But if I like your shoes, I really like your shoes. And you see them smile, and the way they walk throughout their store is a little bit different. Like, you can't look a mess and, like, be down. You gotta at least have some confidence with it. Like,
because you know what? If your outfit is not nice or to par, if your attitude is, sometimes you make a whole outfit look that much better.
and I'm also not a fashion expert, so somebody else might love the outfit.
That's true. All right, so let's see. I have, okay. So I have another question for you guys. And be honest, okay? If you and your girls are going out, right? And y'all are so high, turned up, whatever you do, and one of the girls comes and she, regardless of the why, whether it's too short or it's too tight in this area that it shouldn't ideally be too tight in, or the colors aren't working, or it's ripped, or whatever it is, the girl is just a hot mess. Okay, she did way too much for the occasion, whatever it is. Do you say something, or do you say, "Hey, girl, hey, you look good"? What do you say?
It depends on what the problem is. You said a hot mess,
I
but
would
that's
want
different.
somebody to tell me.
Yeah,
I personally would tell my girl.
What do? Oh, you do? Okay, you'll tell the girlfriend.
Yeah, I would want somebody to tell me.
When you say hot mess, you mean like, I don't know, I don't like their outfit, or it looks weird, or like a hot mess. That's a difference.
Not you don't like, because it's a difference.
It's a hot mess. If it's a hot mess, of course. If you don't tell somebody it's a hot mess,
And I know a hot mess is based on your opinion, right? But
no, it's a hot mess. You a universal hot mess, but
again, maybe the wig that they put on,
I'll
wasn't
tell you.
straight,
Yeah,
and the makeup, it was off. The eyebrow might have been a little bit high, looking like Shrek eyebrow. Something, whatever. It just wasn't. But what do you say?
it depends. If I know there's nothing you can do to fix it,
Got
and we
it.
are here, I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm gonna I don't know how it would do, but I'm gonna make sure that you feel confident in yourself and be beside you. Maybe if you let's go get on top of the stage now. Let's not get on the stage today, just because you don't need to be whatever. Let's be low key. I'll stay low key with you.
But
what
what
if
if
it's
you're a low key person?
hey, let's just be low key today. We can talk about it. We can talk about it later, but right now, just trust me. And I would hope that my friend
They
just
could be like, what? Why?
I'm alive. My boyfriend broke up with me. I'm sad. Can you just sit here with me today? I don't know. If it's fixed, no, I'm not gonna let you.
Now,
But if
I
it's
see my girlfriend before she gets in the car.
if it's
Okay.
fixable, if it's
I'm
fixable,
picking her
yeah.
up, and it's dark outside, and I don't see her until we get to the restaurant. And I'm like, okay, what's going on with the makeup? What's going on with the hair? I probably would not make her feel uncomfortable, while we were already out. But if we're like back in the day getting dressed together, or we got some time, I might say, hey, hold on, your eyebrow, and I will lick that thumb and
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it for
try
you.
to fix, because if we girls, we girls.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna say. We girls are girls.
Right.
And I'm gonna say I don't know that my girls are gonna let me walk anywhere looking crazy, no matter where we got to. I don't know. I feel like they're pretty. They know how I feel about me,
Okay.
and they know that I don't like to show up crazy. So if I got it wrong, they're gonna tell me. Now, if they get it wrong because we've been friends for years, now, if someone brings a girl along that I don't know, and she got it wrong,
That's not my business. That's not my place to.
You're not think I'm gonna say it, like, and not think like you said. It's gonna be on the lines as, hey, what happened? Like, you wanna go to the bathroom so we can get. Hey, you got something going on. Let's go to the bathroom and get this right. Especially if it's Jamaican. Let's go to the bathroom and get this right. But if it's clothing, like you said, if something is too tight and you gained 10 pounds and you didn't realize it, and those jeans ain't fitting the way it used to fit.
You can't do nothing about it.
I guess that's kind of hard because especially if you already know she's body conscious. So I guess it's depending on the circumstance. That's what I would say.
Somebody in the chat said, give them a hug. Because they may not. I guess they may already feel bad about how they look.
Well, yeah.
And whisper in their ear. Give them a hug and whisper in their
but
ear.
But if it's fixable, if it's not fixable,
right.
you like now they might have been like, oh, I think it's bad, but maybe not. Nobody say nothing. You tell them now. I'm sad
for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and
for the rest of the night.
And we already here. I can't leave. So.
Okay. Here's a question.
I just feel like that has happened to me. I just feel like my girls don't give me no grace. Like I don't.
Oh, I know. One of my girlfriends, this was years ago, and we went out one night. I must have been in my 20s, and I'm famous for wanting to look different. I don't like looking like everybody else, right? And so this one time I went out with my friend, and it was a few of us, and I had on a skirt and then like a top, but my skirt was a print, and my top was a print, two different prints. And I had on some really cute shoes, I guess. But she loved my outfit and raved about my outfit. And so, I don't know if I look crazy or not, to be honest. I thought it was cute, but I tell you, the rest of that night, I thought I was the thing out there just doing my thing. Because she maybe it did look good, but she sure did praise me that day. And I would say that it didn't, but maybe it was a fashion trend that hadn't quite hit the market. But that sure was mismatched.
What do you mean two different prints?
Like one of them might have been.
You don't remember it? Like not like
it might have been striped.
It
might have been striped, and then the top was florals. It was two completely different.
That was a trend at one point, I believe.
Well, like I said, if you wear it, sometimes you can wear something and make it look completely different just because. I guess they say swag. I don't know if swag is still in, but. Just your whole attitude can make an outfit look better. So maybe that's what it was that night.
Confidence can make an outfit look better.
Maybe that was it. Look, maybe that was it that night. I don't know. But she sure told me I was cute, so we went with it. Does it bother you when people say to you, "You look so much better without makeup"?
I've never heard that before in my life.
I have.
I've never even seen somebody's told you that before.
What's the
question? You look so much what without makeup?
You look so much better without makeup. Why you got that makeup on? You look so much better without makeup.
To me, that tells me it's not that I look better without makeup. My makeup just doesn't look good.
I've heard younger. When I don't wear makeup, I've heard, you look so much younger.
So, because men don't, there's a lot of men that don't like makeup.
Yeah. I'm not a big makeup person. Like I the most makeup I probably had on tonight. But no, I don't think I ever used that compliment.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I would see that as a compliment.
That's not a compliment.
I don't know. Is it a compliment?
Like say you look good. Say you look good without makeup.
So I'd like to hear from you guys. Do you think that's a compliment or not? You know, has anybody actually said that to you? I've heard it before. Somebody said it to me before. I don't know if
Did you consider it a compliment?
I think so.
You look so much better without makeup, or you look good without makeup as well. Like you look good both ways.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Because you look good both ways. That's a compliment.
What was the key word?
But you look better without makeup to me. And this is me. I'm going to take that as clearly my makeup doesn't look good today.
But see, I'm not a makeup person.
You look so much better without makeup. Like that just, it's that significant that you had to say it like that. Like.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the context.
Like that.
Somebody says, "Oh my God, your makeup is pretty, but you look so good without it." Then I'm gonna take that as a compliment. If somebody says, "Oh, you look better without makeup," I'm gonna be like, "Well, was it busted?"
And the makeup on wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
then you don't quite got it down, so just let it go.
Yeah, that's what it
I'm not a
is.
makeup person at all.
And then, yeah,
All right.
I do my best, man. Like a zero.
What are some beauty standards that we subscribe to or have subscribed to over the years that you feel has changed or is beginning to change?
Well, I would say one of the things I guess would be for us is natural hair.
Uh-huh.
That's becoming the question for me. Then is it becoming we're embracing our natural hair? Is it becoming trendy?
Oh,
So that's a question. For
that's a
me.
good one. A good one.
And what else do I feel is
That's a good question. Is natural hair looks, is it becoming trendy or is it you embracing yourself? That's a good question.
I think it could depend on the person, but I fully don't think it's a trend at this point. And I come from a different generation than y'all, so I think I have a different view on it. But at least for me and my friend group, all of my friends, I think literally all of my friends wear their hair natural.
Okay.
Even if you wear protective styles, that's still protecting your natural hair. I don't have any friends who get perms, stuff like that. I remember getting perms when I was younger, and I know that all of y'all got perms. That was the time where it was. But even that, I don't want to get make it deep. But even that type of stuff, that comes with the society we live in, the climate of the world and things like that. Feeling like you have to perm your hair, wear your hair straight for work because of the work environment you live in. That's a racially motivated thing. Or feel like you can't wear your natural styles, you can't wear braids at work. That's racially motivated. Which is another reason why when white people wear braids, it's not okay. There's no that's not embracing, that's not trying something new. It's not okay because you can take it out and it's fine and it's oh, your hair looks cool, but I can't do that at work. I literally can't, because if I do it in this corporate situation, it's seen as unprofessional. There's a reason why there's new a law, the Crown Act that just got passed in certain states to protect how black women wear their hair. It's the reason why there's little kids who win track tournaments, but in order to get their trophy, in order to compete, they shave their heads there at the tournament because they can't have locks. That is a piece in it that makes it not okay for them to do it. And so they have no reason to be oh, well, you have blonde hair for one. I mean, blonde hair naturally goes out of some black people's scalp, so that doesn't make sense. Or you wear straight hair. Well, I have to because this is a white supremacy-based society. I literally have to do that for work. I don't want to, and now it's so ingrained in me from years that this is what it is. I couldn't embrace it. And so now
have you dealt with that?
I haven't dealt with that, but I haven't worked in a corporate
I have a
workplace.
friend who was talking about that, dealing with that. I think I was not. It wasn't directed to me as a statement about my hair, but I felt like I needed to have my hair a certain way years ago.
It doesn't always have to be said though. Even being in that environment, you can kind of see. And I feel with a lot of the racial movement that's happened in the world, that has helped us feel more comfortable to wear our natural hair. So I don't think it's just a trend. I think that is more of a shift in what is more acceptable in society than versus
what
now.
is the shift? What do you feel the shift is? You said you feel it's a shift. What do you feel the shift was?
Well, the Black Lives Matter movement did a lot of it. Us being on lockdown while that happened, kind of forced us all to see it and forced organizations to do something about it because we're at home and it's more able to be focused on. And social media a lot as well. We were able to communicate in different ways. And I know I see it with my generation as well because we're predominantly what's on and using social media. Even our conversation that I know that I have on social media with total strangers or white people or people of different races, the conversations have gotten to a point now where I think they're able to listen more and they'll say that they want to talk to their parents and they try to do it that way. And I think that is a significant help as well, to change where we are as a whole society.
Right. In COVID, right? We all dealt with, at least the beginning of COVID, we dealt with not having the access that we normally would have had to get ourselves to look whatever our norms were, our day-to-day looks were. How did you guys deal with that?
I did not deal.
I got braids.
My daughter does hair, and I had her. I was working her to death. Okay, the nail shop. Even I was like, oh my god, I can't even go to the nail shop. So I was buying these little press on nails.
Yes, the press on room.
I learned how to do nails.
But it is what it is. You get used to something. You just kind of want that. It's like a comfort zone for you. It's God, I get my nails.
Yeah.
So it is. I saw it different. I saw it as an opportunity to save money.
Yeah.
I was,
Yes. Absolutely.
I saw it as an opportunity to educate.
Yes.
Because getting my hair done every 2 weeks ain't no joke.
It's not. It could be
Getting my nails
expensive.
done every 2 weeks ain't no joke. And again, we talk about it back to the standard of beauty.
Yep.
We all says things of what we think is acceptable. My hair being done every 2 weeks, my nails
Right.
being done every 2 weeks,
Right.
no more than 3 weeks, all of that. That, you know, they come in as soon as you walk in the salon. Hey, you sit here. You know, you have your technician, and that money is flowing every time. And going to the cleaners because there's a certain way I dress, there's a certain way I shoes. Have to go to repair shop. I hate when clicking shoes are clicking.
Oh.
Mostly what I have for myself, and so that's a lot of money.
It is.
So when that happened for me, I was happy to try natural hair because I was like, okay, you mean I have to spend X amount of dollars on my hair, I don't have to spend X amount of dollars on my nails, and I don't have to put clothes in the cleaners, and I don't have to get my shoes. All right, yeah,
That part, right? I too appreciated the savings. However, so what about the women who had spouses at home, or who they lived with their significant others, and they felt the pressure to still look a certain way? Now that was not my experience, so I continued to save my money, or but I did do my press-on nails. But there were a lot of people that still, I gotta get. I think it was when everything was on shutdown, but I heard that some salons were still like opening anyway. They were sneaking to be open, and I've heard some stories. People were like, "Oh, I gotta get there because my husband don't play that here. I can't be looking a certain way." Why do we like on a deeper level? Why is it that we don't value or appreciate back to the natural parts of ourselves? Why do we have to subscribe not just to societies, but our significant others? I know we want to look a certain way, but what happens if we don't?
Why do you choose a partner that doesn't accept you for how you
Oh,
are?
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, go ahead. I'm not on the cut. Go ahead, say that.
I mean,
that was.
Once again, I have a different view. I've never been married, so maybe I don't. There's some things I don't know. I don't know everything, but I wouldn't. Why would you choose a partner that it's a lockdown? I can't get my hair done. That's a problem. Like,
what if you didn't know? Right? This is new. This is a new time you're in. You didn't.
There was never a time in the whole time you were dating, the whole time you're married, where your
But you always kept it up.
There's never a time where your appointment got canceled until the next day, and you had to wash your own hair and put your hair in a ponytail with some conditioner. Like
there are absolutely some women who never go without going to the hairdresser, who don't know how to do their own hair.
Did y'all see that movie? Where I can't think what the name of the movie is, but it was pretty much about what we're talking about when it came to her hair. And the man was like, "You're always perfect. I didn't want to marry you."
Oh yeah, Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, she ended up shaving her head in that movie.
You remember that's
essentially the premise of
Ever
that movie.
After.
Yes, now ever after. Yes, that's true. And who was she really living for? For her mother and this man, or was it really about her mom?
It was a lot about her mother, but even when you think about where her mother got that from, that also goes into the society and world that her mother grew and lived in. And even though it was a shift and maybe not that significantly drafted for her and her experience, but that was a different time than where her mother grew up in. And so her mother was doing what she thought was best because this is how I grew up. I had to be this way, but she could shave her head and still excel and still be fine, and found somebody who loved her with her shaved head. Like,
so what would you tell somebody, and this is on a deeper level, what would you tell somebody who's experiencing that, right? Because we have women from all over, women who are experiencing different situations. And so for the woman who's never needed to do her own hair, because she had the money to do it, or she just felt like it was the standard that she had to do it, and so she's grown accustomed to that, and then all of a sudden, bam, now I can't get there, and now she's dealing with some domestic challenges. Maybe the husband, boyfriend, whatever is cheating, or whatever. What would you say to someone who's dealing with that, and they don't have the option of getting a new man? Because I already got.
Oh, my first answer was leave.
I can't get a new man. This is the one. And some things you do not know about a person until they're circumstantial. So you don't. There were a lot of divorces in this pandemic. So there's clearly a lot of people that did not know about something with their spouse, and being in this climate exposed it. So what would you say to somebody dealing with that? Angel, you got that smile on your face. Would you?
here's my thought.
And
During
yeah,
COVID, I went to natural hair, and I explained that. I said, hey, I'm going through, I can't go to the salon. I'm going to be trying different things with my hair. You're going to see my hair crazy. And I'm going to try to be figuring it out. And there are times that I'm not going to want to go anywhere because I didn't figure it out. And we were going, and it was time we were going to the gym and getting out, and I was not happy with my hair. But I had to wonder, because again, I'll transition into the natural. It was like a personal journey for me, because I had to think about, why was I not okay with
right.
showing who I was,
Right.
trying to people, when I'm trying to do my natural hair, when I'm going on my journey, why am I more worried about what you think about what I'm doing
Right.
and about what I look? So to me, that kind of is, it's like twofold. Why is it that she hasn't shown who she is in that relationship, that you feel like that now, like that you've been that perfect person and you don't see yourself as that perfect person in your natural state? You so much so you've never shared that with your partner? That's kind of like her journey. Like, why has that been the case? So the second part is like your journey, or his journey, him accepting you for you, and you being total transparent, saying, this is me. There are days, and this is, I can't imagine I wake up like this. Like,
Some women don't wake up natural. Some women wake up like this.
right? Like,
That's a lie.
I mean, with black women, I know for a fact we had that whole go outside with the bonnet with Monique and stuff. Like, what? So I know that there are women out here who don't wake up perfect. Like, I know friends of mine who, they wear the, what is the hair where they put the I'm sorry, I'm going to show my age, where they have the lace.
Oh.
They wear like lace front. I wonder what happens when those come off and their husbands and
Do they come off? Are they supposed to come off?
It doesn't come on because it's glued down.
Okay.
I don't know anything. Yeah, that's what I wonder about. Like,
I mean, it could come off at night when you go to sleep.
But I assume that a spouse would clearly know that it's not real, right? What was the movie?
My thing is, my question would be more so to her or whoever is having. I understand, like you said, it's going to be some issues where you've never shown yourself. But my question would be more so to her: why isn't it that you have not feel comfortable saying who you are in a full relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so one of the comments was the need to be a size 2, and just focus on, the health. And I know you talked about the
That's
money.
such a weird thing to me, because I have never had that experience. Like, even the terminology you say to be a size 2, that is not the current beauty standard.
And it's not realistic.
No, but that's not the current beauty standard at
Oh.
all. Like, I have never in my life strove to be a size 2 because I want to be thick. Like, people getting BBLs now because
You know
the
what?
beauty
But
standard
see, I think
is to be
I
thick.
think that might be your generation.
No,
and
I
this
know.
current
I know.
climate. Because before we didn't want to be thick.
I remember that movie Fat Girls with Monique that I saw when I was like 6. She took me to the movie theater and I saw Fat Girls when I was like 6. I remember that movie.
See what I'm saying?
He was like, you will never be a size 2, and she was all sad. But I was like, why you want? They just skinny, like. But I think that was like
But
what the goal was to be.
Well,
I think we need to try to be healthy. That's what I.
But
think.
because it changes and it went from a stick to now being thick, it's like focus on you.
But it's not thick everywhere. It's only thick in certain spots. So it is still a size. I mean, I don't even know if you call it a size 2. I guess it's not a size 2 if you thick down here and here. But being thin, but only certain areas are thick. I don't know why, but like to this comment, why do we focus on the body, the look of the body versus the health of the body? My heart goes out to anybody who feels like they have to meet some cultural standard, and even more so, anybody who feels like they can't go home without meeting some expectation of a significant other or a parent. My heart goes out to you. And if it's, comment below if you're someone who kind of deals with that. I don't know how we overcome that as a culture or as a community of women without just sharing and empowering and encouraging one another. But what do you say to somebody like that? And without offending them. I don't know.
I don't think it matters what you say to them because that has nothing. Like, it's always nice to say, "Oh, you look great anyway," but that doesn't really matter. It's about them. It's about you have to love yourself and want to be healthy for yourself and have your own standard of beauty, and that's hard to get to. But you have to get there because I walk in many rooms where everybody else has in a straight weave and I just stand there and all the men are like that. That has nothing to do with me because I like the way I look and I'm beautiful. Mm-hmm. And there are people who also agree. There's people who won't agree because people are people. But you have to first love yourself wherever you are. And then you said about culture. I know that there are literally cultures where girls grow up and they can be like my size or smaller than me and they're told they're fat. They can be literally to us skinny and they're told you need to stop eating your fat. Like that is a real thing. But they have to get to a place where you love yourself and where you're worried about your own standard of beauty. There's always going to be some standard of beauty, whether it's a size 2 being thick, whether it changes in 2 years and everybody wants to be fat, or different places in the world have different ones, but It's always a standard of beauty. It's a changing thing. It's what media is putting out there, but what do you think is beautiful? Do you think you are beautiful? That is what matters, and it's not really anything anybody can say to you until you get that of yourself.
You have to love yourself.
Mm-hmm. The world is so critical, and I think it doesn't really even matter. I mean, if you're a size 2, like you said, somebody's going to say, oh, she need to gain some weight, she need to eat a cheeseburger. And then if somebody is size 20, it's like, oh, I know she's not getting ready to eat again. I mean, somebody's going to always have something to say. You got a small weight, oh, she fake. There's a fake body. So, I mean, look at what we're looking at on social media.
Right.
I mean, it's just full of body images.
Right.
And so I just say, yeah, at the end of the day, you are not going to please anybody but yourself. I mean, that's all you really need to even worry about. If you got a man or a woman or whoever, they got a problem with your weight or whatever going up and down, you can lose the weight. You just need to lose his weight. That's that.
That's right. You got multiple areas of weight to lose. I like that.
And the thing is, we understand, it's so funny that we understand that the average model is 5'11" and weighs 116 pounds.
That's unhealthy.
The average model.
Not on Savage Fenty site.
Not you just discovered.
I just discovered that. Laugh at me if you want to. Yeah, I'm under the load. I just discovered Savage Fenty. Rihanna's lingerie line. I just discovered it, and I was so excited when I saw so many women, different shapes, bigger than me, wearing all the lingerie I have upstairs. And I personally will put my lingerie on, like, oh, I look so sexy, and I really mean it. But to see somebody else much larger than me, some of them were, 2 times her size on there with some of the cuts. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I love whomever's idea was, assuming it was Brianna, I love that she said it doesn't matter. You can wear it too. And I love the models who
they're confident,
who had the courage, who wanted to be a part of it. Heck, I want to be a part of it. Please sign me up.
No, I don't. That's why I say they're confident.
Well, I'd be a part of it. Because one of the models, you can see it was a very narrow cut for the bottom, and you can see the extra, fat. And I said, oh, mine does that. Oh, that's what it's going to look like on me. And then I said, wow. And I admiring them for their courage to just be so bold in doing that. I love it. And it made me feel better. It made me feel even more confident. There was also a post I saw. It was 4 moms, and it was all about they had just had babies. I won't say just had babies, and I'm not sure how old their babies were. But it was 4 women who wore a shirt. They pulled their shirts up, and they just had their underwear on. Fat was hanging, twisting, curving, whatever it was. They posed for it. And it looks like the article talked about they were getting all these negative comments about why would you show yourself like that, blah, blah, blah. But then there's this other mom. She has a is it Facebook? I think it's a Facebook or Instagram, one of the two. And anyway, her whole page is about being a mom. She has several kids, and so she posts herself in different times of her pregnancy. And so she uplifted the article and shamed all the people who had so many negative remarks about it, because we are women. Our bodies do different things at different times, different stages of our lives. And so, as a woman and a mother, though, you can't help that stuff. And that's a part of the nature of childbirth. And so I applaud all of the women out there, all of you out here who love yourself, who does not conform to the standard. And even if you do or did, you'll get there. I'll get there. There are some areas that I still conform to and some areas that I'm not concerned with. But I applaud you all for your courage in that transition. And the transition is happening. We had talked about that in the beginning. It's happening. And I am so happy to see that transition. Right. Anybody else want to say anything?
I think one of the things I think is important as we talk about the standards of beauty, I think the most beautiful thing is confidence.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen the most voluptuous woman walks with the most confidence and rock whatever they want.
Yes.
Because, like you said, we talked about the outfit, but it is with confidence. And I think you guys have probably heard this too. I love me, and your love for me is just extra. So if you're walking through this world and you love yourself and just consider yourself beautiful and you walk in that confidence and you embrace that, then anyone else's love is extra.
That's right. Yes, I like that. Love me and you are extra. I like that. Well, we have certainly reached our time. We've gone a little past 8:13 with all the technical difficulties. Thank you to everybody who joined. If you have any suggestions, any thoughts, any topics that you'd love for us to talk about, please send them in. Put some comments below. Share some of your journeys and your experience around beauty in the industry, the standards that you conform to or don't, the ones that you are breaking in your communities. If you're doing something significant with a group of women, empowering one another around beauty, please let us know. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for all you do out here and your sharing with other women, building us each up. We all have a story one step at a time. Thank you. Love you guys. Enjoy. Have a wonderful time. Thank you for joining all of those who came back. See you next time.